Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Water Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the San Antonio Spurs rebuild here on NBA 2K24. In the last episode, we completed another off-season, the year 3 off-season, I'm pretty sure, because if we go in here to league history, we go to NBA history, we have had ourselves, actually, I was wrong, that was the fourth off season because we've had 4 seasons of NBA basketball here in San Antonio. We have been in the last 2 championship games. We've been in the last 2 NBA title games. We won one a couple of years ago, 4-1 over the Indiana Pacers. But then last season, we got back to the finals and could not defeat the team that we beat the year prior, the Indiana Pacers. They beat us in 7, 4-3. Pacers get a championship for the first time ever. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but year number 5 begins, and I want to show you guys some changes that I made. Not to the roster, the way that the roster looks. Julio Cruz updated his look in the offseason. He said, you know what, coach? I need a fresh cut. I need a fresh fade. So he got himself a hairstyle. Everything else is the same, kept the mustache, because I feel like the mustache has become synonymous with Mr. Cruz. So, fresh fade for Julio Cruz. That is it for him. Victor Wembanyama said, you know what, coach? I'm digging what Julio Cruz is doing. I'm going to get a fresh fade too. And he's got himself a new hairstyle. Then we've got ourselves Jalen Green, who didn't change his hairstyle. He's on the team now. If you missed the offseason episode, go back and watch it. You're going to be pretty confused. If not, Eli Harris stays the same, but maybe the most important one. Jimmy Vega no longer has the big poofy hair that he came into the league with. He's grown. He's now a quote-unquote veteran of the NBA. He's changed. He trimmed the beard. He trimmed the hair, braided it, and he means business this season. Jimmy Vega's been overlooked in the NBA since he came into the league. And now, one of the most efficient point guards in the NBA is ready to take it over. He's got a new look. Look good, feel good. That's what they say. Look good, feel good, play good. So, Jimmy Vega has decided to cut the crap and get serious. So here we go. Season 5 is about to be underway. We still have Jay Sean Copeland, former 5th overall pick. Then we got Sohan. But Sohan, Amari Rose also changed his hairstyle a little bit. He grew his hair out a little bit, put it in cornrows. So that's the only other difference I made. Then we've moved Nelson Swift from center, power forward, to power forward center because Jeremy Sohan in the offseason, we paid him way more money than I would have ever wanted to pay him, but I wanted him back on the team because I felt like we do need him on the team, but that changed when I realized how much we were going to pay him. He's now our 3rd most expensive player on the team, and he does not really deserve to be that. We do have to pay Julio Cruz coming up. We have to pay Jimmy Vega. Both these contracts are up, so we're going to have to spend a lot of money to bring those guys back, probably in the same realm that we're paying both Jalen Green and Victor Wembanyama, maybe even more. So we are going to be limited on cap space to start with. And that probably means, and we barely brought back Jordan Hawkins. We barely had enough money to bring him back. So we are going to be super limited on what we can do with our money. So what I'm thinking is, with this unnecessary amount of money we paid Jeremy Sohan for the production that he puts up, I was thinking possibly, maybe, we trade him, free up that money, and then go from there. Now, it's not going to bring us to the positive in the salary cap room, obviously, but it'll get us a lot of a heck closer. So that'll be probably something we look to do. And I was going through some of the Trade Finder things to kind of see what his value was, and I found a very interesting trade. If I can get to it again, there it is. OG Anunoby and a 1st-round pick in 2029, which I think is this season. I'm not 100% sure. Is it this season? Future draft pick. Oh, that's not the right thing. Let's go to trades. Future draft picks. It is next year. Okay, so next year's 2029 1st-round pick would be right in here with the Raptors. We already have the the Raptors, the Rockets, and the Timberwolves first-round picks from 2029, although the Rockets is top 3 protected. Who knows if they'll be bad enough to be top 3 in 2029. We also have the Warriors, Nuggets, and Raptors first-round picks from this season. So we got a lot of first-round picks to play with. But when I was going through, I found that 2029 first-round pick alongside OG Anunoby. And not that we would want OG Anunoby. I would probably flip him and trade him to another team because he's got $30 million of unnecessary money. Now, to be fair, it's only a 1-year contract, so we'd only have to bite the bullet for 1 season. And that wouldn't really be that big of a deal. But we send Sohan and Daishawn Nix, who's just kind of a roster filler, to the Knicks to bring back OG Anunoby and a first-round pick from 2029. That would give us 4 first-round picks in 2029. It's totally unprotected, too, so who knows if the Knicks are bad. That could be a really good pick. And maybe we keep OG for a season, for this season, and we ride it out with that money, and then we just let him go in the offseason. That could be a possibility. I don't know if I'm going to do this trade right now, mainly because I don't know if I feel confident with the power forward position at a whole, because if we lose Sohan, then we have Swift, the rookie, as the backup. Do I want that? I don't know. We don't really have a lot of depth at the big man position. We have a lot of depth at the wing position and guard position, so maybe we send Jaden Springer and Chris Duarte, or maybe a combination of Springer, Duarte, and Sissoko. Maybe we send one of the 2 of the 3 to another team to get a big man to replace Sohan. That's also a possibility because we'd obviously be bringing in OG Anunoby, who would be another wing player that we wouldn't really necessarily need. So I don't know. I'm thinking about doing that trade. I don't know if I'm actually going to go along and pull the trigger and actually do it. Maybe once we get closer to the deadline, I'll think about it a little bit more intensely. But let me just go quickly before we start simulating. Let me just put up like a combination of, I don't know, Duarte and Sissoko. What combination can we get a big man for that? We can get Jonathan Isaac. We can get only 14 offers. We can get Keita Bates-Diop, but he's not really the big man I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bigger big man. Nerlens Noel, Sam Kelly, Thomas Bryant, Theo Maledon, Marcus Smart, and Kai Jones. Okay, so the big man is not really a viable option with these 2 guys by themselves, but maybe if I were to throw in one of these plentiful draft picks that we have, what about this Rockets top 3 protected pick? Because on the off chance that they're actually bad, that pick just goes back to the Rockets. So, and we have Jalen Green now, so who knows how good they're going to be in 2 years. Is there a big man when I throw in this first-round pick that would be viable? It doesn't look like it. We can bring back Bill Bradley, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, and Frankie Weber. We just could bring back Bill Bradley and Frankie Weber, both former Spurs. But again, the power forward and center positions are just not looking too enticing, even with this first-round pick. What about if I give up a pick from this season, like from the Nuggets, because they still have Jokic? Does that do anything? We could bring in Cam Reddish. We could bring in... Man, I'm not really seeing any sort of big man potential. Ethan Beasley. I don't even know who this is. He was pick number 13 in 2025. He's 6'8". It's not really doing it for me. Let's see. There's got to be somebody. There's this Jamal Mann guy. He just got drafted recently, but he's a second-round pick. I don't know. I mean, maybe we could trade for him because he's not going to cost too much. Although a 3-star first-round pick is not really getting us that much in return. Dwayne Jones, the 10th overall pick from 2025, so a couple years ago, entering his 3rd season. He's an 84 overall. That would be pretty interesting. We'd also bring back Frankie Weber, but we got rid of him for a reason. We could go Jackie Neal, who got picked in 2025 as well. He was number 14. Man, I don't know what the move is. This guy, Gustavo, he was picked in the first draft. He was in the first draft, I'm pretty sure, alongside like Julio Cruz and Jimmy Vega. And he's had an okay season, or career. He's definitely been scoring a lot more, probably because he's starting now for the Cavs. I don't know. I'll have to think a little bit harder, do a little bit more research about who I want to possibly trade with. What the heck? This isn't what the schedule looked like, is it? I could have sworn we had a different schedule. Maybe I'm thinking of a different... no, I could have sworn we had the Knicks. Oh, it's because I was looking at this. I was in December. Oops. That's my bad. Okay. So we're going to start simulating here. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments if you think that trading Sohan for OJ Anunoby in that first round pick would be a good idea. And then just finding some way to get another big man to fill out the back of the rotation. But let me know. But let's start simulating here. Season 5 is beginning. We have made a roster change. I don't think we have to change the roster. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, we're running a 11-man roster. Jordan Hawkins definitely needs to be getting playtime. So Sissoko, you can get your minutes taken away. And Jordan Hawkins will get those minutes. We'll take away some minutes from Steele. Give them to Hawkins. We'll even take away some minutes from Rose. Not too many minutes, but I want Hawkins to get as many minutes as possible. So let's continue to move on. Game against the Pelicans. They've got Kai West, Herb Jones, Moses Moody, Zion, and Mateo Gabriel. Also a player, I'm pretty sure, from that first draft class. Okay, game number 1. Is it going to be a victory? No, it's a 31-point loss to the Pelicans to start the season. Zion dropped 32 points. Moody had 21. Wow. We just get destroyed in game 1. Okay. Not a good start, but we can pick it up. We can pick it up. Timberwolves here. They should have Anthony Edwards, right? Yeah, it's Trevon Wright Edwards, who's a 98 overall now. Keldon Johnson, Cam Johnson, Derek Lively. So their front court has taken a severe hit. Derek Lively's good, but it's taken a severe hit. They don't have Towns or Gobert. I don't know what happened to Towns. He must have went somewhere else. But they still got Edwards. You know what? We're going to simulcast this game because this is a pretty important game. Second game of the season against a very tough Anthony Edwards squad. But we've got more well-rounded overalls. They only have Anthony Edwards, really. And they got that point guard who looked pretty good. Trevon Wright, I think his name was. 2:32 to go in the game, 122-103. I just want to get out here and see the boys on the court for the first time this season. Copeland's out there. Jay-Sean Copeland, crossover. Give it to Wembanyama, who got it ripped. Bad decision. Okay, there's Wright. He finds Hardy. Is that Jaden Hardy? Eli Harris. Eli Harris goes straight up. Good defense, Eli. Good defense from the former first overall pick. Copeland. Nice little stutter step crossover, and Copeland slams it in for his first bucket of the night. Let's go. Trevon Wright has the ball. He's going to drive down, and he's going to put it up. Swift almost got a hand on it. Nelson Swift almost put his hand on it, but I think he pulled it back when he realized he might have got a goaltending. All right, who's playing point guard for this? Is Copeland playing? Copeland is playing point guard. Not a point guard, but he's playing point guard. And Nelson Swift, we need to see some of that potential. That's why we moved into power forward. He's a 7'3" center that we switched to power forward. Same kind of deal with Wembanyama. We have such a big team. Like, Wembanyama's 7'5" or 7'3". I think he's 7'3". Cruz is 7'5", I'm pretty sure. Swift is 7'3". I'm pretty sure Karan Steele is like 7'1". So every single big man is over 7 foot that we have on the squad. And a lot of them can shoot the 3 ball and are very athletic. So I'd say that's pretty awesome. And that's a bad release. Oh, but it went in anyway. I'll take it. Jay-Sean Copeland. That was a pretty bad release. I'm not used to his shot release yet because he's a new player on the team. So got to get used to it. Oh, Trevon Wright from the top of the free throw line, and he gets it. 129-109. Do we need to take anybody out now? I think we'll ride it with the roster or the squad we have in here. Sohan to Harris. Eli Harris goes around the world, puts it up, blocked by Wright. Oh, that wasn't even blocked. That was blocked by Naz Reid. Excuse me. They look similar with the hairstyles and everything. I thought that was right. It was Naz Reid who blocked that. And now it's Hardy goes up. Good defense from Copeland. I'm liking this Copeland kid. He is becoming an impact player here in the 2 minutes that we've jumped in. Sohan, down low to Wemby. Mismatch City. 20 and 10 from Victor Wembanyama. Looking pretty clean with that fresh cut. 40 seconds remain in the game. Spurs are on their way to their first victory of Season 5. Good defense from Copeland. Rebound Wembanyama. Sohan has the ball. He's got 10 and 7 and 4. So we would be losing a very productive player. It's just, I feel like we're paying him a little bit too much money for what his production is, even though he is a very productive player. He's still only an 83 overall. Right? Solid defense from Copeland again, but that's just Trayvon Wright being a stud. That was really good defense from Copeland there. Right, gives to Harris. Harris, layup, hard foul, no call. Okay, Hardy with the board. That was a bad release by me too, but still it was a hard foul. Harris, guarding, end of the game, 133-111. Spurs get their first victory of Season 5. Much needed, good bounce back. Against a Timberwolves team that looks to be kind of bare bones. I mean, they've got Trayvon Wright and they've got Anthony Edwards, obviously, but that seems to be their only two players that they can count on. We'll keep an eye on the Timberwolves as the season goes on, see how they develop. Going up against the Hornets next, we beat them 126-117. Markkanen put up 24. They got Markkanen and Brunson now on the Hornets. But Wemby puts up 23, Jalen Green 21. Cruz had a triple-double. Oh my God, that's a crazy triple-double. Love to see that. This could be a tough matchup against the Grizzlies, but they are 0-2. Does that say 0-2 or 0-3? 0-2 on the season. Not playing very well. They've still got Ja. They've got Rasheed McKenzie, Francis Hawkins. Oh, there's Cat. So Cat moves to the Grizzlies now. And they've got Adrian Pagnotti from that first draft as well. Seems to be a very good Grizzly team, but they haven't started the season very well. I don't know who they played their first two games of the season. They have not started very well, and they're starting to beat us up a little bit. Oh, but we're fighting back. Look at the fight. Look at the boys claw back. That's crazy. We're going to jump in here. 1:42 to go in the game. 103-98. We were getting a little cooked there for a second, but then we fought back. Oh, it looks like Karan Steele's out on the field, or out on the court now. Copeland, good stutter step, and he gets it stripped by Ja. Okay, Ja, the veteran at this point, knows what to do. Good defense. Corner, Pagnotti. That's a big dude, too. He's tall, but he's also, like, wide. He's a thick boy. Randall, Julius Randall, former Spur at one point. He played for the Spurs a little bit. Copeland with the ball. Crossover on Ja. Get that to Julio Cruz. I don't know if he's going to be able to back down Pagnotti. Oh, but he can. Look at the strength from Julio Cruz. 18 points, 9 boards for the former first overall pick. We have a lot of those on this squad, the former first overall picks. Sohan is playing freaking shooting guard, which kind of weird. Minute to go in the game, 105-98. Ja takes the three off the screen. No good. Steele with the board. Gets the hands of Copeland. Copeland trying to get around him. Julio Cruz driving to the basket. That's to Steele, and it's going to be popped away and out of bounds. McKenzie almost had that. Couldn't get his hands around it. Copeland. Jumper off the inbound. It's Green Bean City for Jayshawn Copeland. 10 points, 4 boards, 2 assists for the young man. Screen from Pagnotti. Takes the three. Ja, it's good. Nothing but net. 6-point deficit for the Grizzlies. Copeland's got it. No foul call. Julio Cruz is nobody around him. And then Pagnotti gets there, but the bad defense, it was 2-on-1. And Julio Cruz just says, thank you, ma'am. 109-101. I would assume Ja's going to set up for another three. Oh, no, he's going to drive to the basket. He's got a lot of big men that he's got to get through. That's a lot of traffic he's got to get through there. Copeland, crossover, jumper. Oh, he's got a silky release. Jayshawn Copeland might become one of my favorite players. He's got a silky release. Good handle of the ball. That's back-to-back greens, and that is going to be, ooh, rebound, and it's out of bounds on the Spurs. So the Grizzlies will have possession with 12 seconds to go. Who's that big man coming in? Oh, my God, that's a huge dude. He's bigger than Pagnotti. I don't know who that is, but that man is massive. He looks like Kendrick Perkins if Kendrick Perkins was good at basketball. I don't know who that man is. 8 seconds to go. Copeland. Karan Steele. Oh, the big man can shoot. I know that. He can shoot a little bit. He's not fantastic at shooting, but he can shoot a little bit. But it's 111-104, keeping the Grizzlies winless, and we get another big victory there. I need to see who this man is for the Grizzlies. That man was huge. Like a brick wall. Who was that? Grizzlies. What's his name? Is it Jackson? No. It's neither of these two guys. Oh, it's this guy, Patrick Hooks. He was drafted this season. He's 7'5", 350 out of the Dominican Republic. I didn't know they made him that big in the DR. That's crazy. Round 1, pick 14. Patrick Hooks is a massive human being. I would love to have him on the team. If we can make a trade for him, that'd be awesome. He is a massive man. But we're on a nice little 3-game win streak. I told you we'd figure it out. Now we got the Jazz, who are 0-4, so we're coming up against a pretty weak schedule here. Can we take over the Jazz? I would assume we can. And look at that. Yeah, we're blowing them out. Although, maybe not anymore. They're starting to fight back a little bit. They had a good third quarter, or a good second quarter, I mean. And it's 107-85. I'm not even going to jump into this one. Big victory. We keep the Jazz winless. And now we go to in-season tournament action against the Blazers, who are 3-2. They've got Scoop. They got Kyrie now. Okay. That's actually a pretty good Blazer team. Shadon Sharp, Mikey Bryant, who I wanted to draft in that first draft. And then they've got DeAndre Ayton. Mikey Bryant's developed into a very good player. He's also massive. How big, or how good of an overall is that that Hooks guy? Where's he at? Hooks. He's a 79 overall. Patrick Hooks. Let me go to a little trade finder action. What are they valuing him at? I know they just drafted him this year. What are they valuing him at? No trade offers. Wow. Okay. So the Grizzlies are not interested in anything that we have. Okay, good to know. Good to know. A game against the Blazers. We are the 2-time defending in-season tournament champions, by the way, so just let that be known. But it looks like we might start the in-season tournament getting blown out by the Blazers. I told you the Blazers were a good team. We might start this one by getting blown out. 117-92. Mikey Bryant at the free throw line. This is not looking good for the boys. The good guys could get crushed here. We're going to bring in Jalen Green, and we're going to bring in Eli Harris. Nope, Eli Harris is dead tired. My bad. We're going to bring in Jordan Hawkins. And that's how we're going to do it. We got Copeland already at point guard, even though I don't think he is actually even a point guard. But he's playing. Copeland. Crossover. Wembanyama and Mikey Bryant's a bad matchup because Bryant's so big. But this is a much better matchup. And this is even better. Wembanyama, Green Bean. The camera, I don't know what the camera's doing, going crazy. 119-95. Landry Shamet still has a job in the league. 5 years deep. Mikey Bryant, he could easily bully Wembanyama if he wanted to. He's going to try. Forced to pick up his dribble, gives it to Rozier. Scary Terry, jumper. Good. Jalen Green didn't have the greatest defense on there. I think the only way we can come back is if we just drain a bunch of threes. So I think that might be what we have to do here. Eli Harris, oh, with a hand in his face, drilled the three. That might be what we try to do. Copeland. Mikey Bryant has the ball. He's a good handler of the ball, too, even at his big stature. So, gonna try to get around. Tough shot. Good defense from Julio Cruz. That's what you want, baby. Harris, corner, Green Bean. 121-101. I don't think it's possible for us to make a comeback in this, but we are trying our best. Bryant gonna take the ball up the court. Guarded by Wemby. Bryant just bullying. Oh, and then he steps back, takes the shot. No good. 21-12. Did I see that right for Julio Cruz? Another three from Harris. Eli Harris is cooking. I'm getting that release down with Eli Harris. He's got a smooth release just like Copeland does. Shamet. No good. Wemby with the board. They're going to have to start guarding Eli Harris a little bit tighter, and they do that. But that's Wembanyama. Tough three, but he drilled it. Okay, boys. We are fighting back. I told you we'd have to go on a streak of just drilling threes if we want to make this a game. We're down 121-107 with a minute to go. Shamet has the ball. Down low to Mikey. What's he going to do? What's Mikey got? Mikey, pull up. In and out. Woo, that was close. In and out. Copeland, crossover. Can't really waste time here. We got to take some shots. Harris, Jalen Green for three. No good. I mean, I don't even know if that would have went in. I don't know if we would win this game. We just kind of got beat by a better team, it seems like. The Blazers are a better team. That's okay. We'll get there. Miles Bridges is actually playing for the Blazers now. Yeah, I think they're just going to hold for the waste all the time here. Bryant shoots the three. Mikey Bryant, no good. But, I mean, there wasn't any chance, even if we would have made that three on the previous possession. Let me get that. Jalen Green. Eli Harris, deep shot. No good. Rebound Cruz. And that is going to be game 1 loss in the in-season tournament. We can't win every year. We still got a few more games in the tournament, so we don't have to worry too much. But can't win the in-season tournament every year. Can't go undefeated every year in the in-season tournament. So Blazers just happen to be a good team. Blazers happen to be a pretty good squad. Why does Jayshawn Copeland keep getting put in at point guard? He's a small forward shooting guard, and yet he keeps playing point guard. I mean, I don't hate it. He's a good handler. He can do it pretty well. And now we have to have an actual game against the Blazers in the regular season, not just a tournament game. We beat them that time, 110-89, much better. 5-2 for the Magic this year. Seems like all their guys are developing it, and they are. Anthony Black, 85. Jet Howard. Ryan Atlow's a 90. Paolo's a 92. Good young core for the Magic. We should be able to take them out, though. I think we're a better team. Karan Steele injured his heel, so he gets out for a couple days. Now we have another in-season tournament game against the Jazz, but they're 1-8, and we destroyed them. Jazz are not having that good of a year. They've got Brandon Ingram, who got traded from the Pelicans last season. Yeah, this team's not very good. I can see why they're losing the way that they are. Game against the Suns now in the regular season. Karan Steele's back healthy. Good to see that. But the Suns have beaten us. Oh, they've got Jaren Jackson Jr., former San Antonio Spurs for 2 seasons. He's been bouncing around the league the past 3 years since he left San Antonio. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now we have a game against the Lake Show in the in-season tournament. They're 3-7. They've got Quickly, Reeves, Durant. So Durant comes to LA to fill that LeBron hole. And they still got Anthony Davis. Very interesting. We'll simcast this game. We are in Staples Center. Well, technically it's like, what was it, Crypto.com Arena or something like that. It'll always be the Staples Center. 46 seconds to go. 113-103. Spurs are going to get their first victory in the in-season tournament. Oh, look at this court. This is really bright yellow. This is really bright yellow. I don't know how I feel about this. The first time we played the Lakers in the in-season tournament. Quickly shoots the three. There was a lot of traffic in front of him. Finally, for the first time all episode, Vega is in the game. And Vega, with that new hairstyle, putting up shots only Jimmy Vega can do. I was looking through the upcoming free agents for this upcoming offseason, and there was one name that I saw in there that could be very intriguing. Jimmy Vega's brother, Rico Vega, is in free agency. Well, is going to be a restricted free agent this year. So maybe we try to go all in on Rico Vega, bring him to the Spurs, reunite the brothers. Because Vega, while Jimmy was in Puerto Rico and didn't go to college, Rico made it to the States, went to Syracuse, played a season there. So Jimmy wasn't so lucky he couldn't get out of Puerto Rico, but Rico did. So maybe we reunite them. They haven't seen each other in a while. That could be pretty fun. And that is going to be the end of the game. 117-103. Spurs beat the Lakers. Get some points in the tournament. That's good. Always need to get those points. Make sure we move to the next round, the actual one-and-done games. And let's get a little bit of good chunk of simulation going. So we got 3 games here before the next in-season tournament game. Rockets, Sixers, Spurs. And the Nets are interested in offering me a trade for Jeremy Sohan, but I'm not going to accept that. I'll make my own trade. Eli Harris has bruised his heel. What's up with everybody bruising their heel? Harris is back healthy. We lose to the Mavs by 2. Do they still have Luka? I don't think this Spurs team or this Mavericks team has Luka anymore. They don't. And they still beat us. So good on them. But we are 10-4 right now in the regular season. That is good for, wow, the Western Conference is a grinder this season. We're going to have to play really well if we want to get a top seed. Where did Luka end up going? I know he signed somewhere. Where did Luka end up signing with? He signed with the Luka Doncic. Where did you sign, Luka? You're not the number 1 player on your team. Let me just go to all players. Where's Luka Doncic at? Oh my God, where is Luka? Is he hurt? What the heck happened? Hold on. Injury list. Injury report. Is Luka hurt? Yeah, he is hurt. He's on the Kings now. That's right. He's on the Kings now. I forgot that he signed with the Kings a couple years ago. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, Clipper game in the in-season tournament. We lose that one as well. Wow, we are not playing very well in the tournament this year. If we go to the actual in-season tournament standings, we are third right now with a plus 23 point differential, so we need to turn it up a little bit. Some big games, though. We lose to the #1 seed Thunder. That's not a promising sign. 3 losing streak right here. 3-game losing streak. Jalen Green injured his right knee. That is not good. Beat the Grizzlies. Beat the Clippers. Good job. We're beating teams we should be beating. And Jalen Green's back healthy now. That's awesome. I need to make sure they didn't take Jordan Hawkins out of the lineup. No, they didn't. Okay, he's actually growing. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed him to do. He's getting hot and he's growing. Beautiful. All right, let's keep simulating. Clippers and Rockets again. We beat the Clippers. We just played the Rockets recently. And we beat, oh my God, 143 to 109. Crazy. And now we have back-to-backs against the Mavericks, and then we play the Grizzlies before that. Okay, lose to the Grizzlies by 3. Beat the Mavs. Beat them again, beat them again, beat them again, beat them again, beat them again. Come on, beat them again. Are we going to beat them again? I don't know. This is the same thing that happened with the slow sim in the last Legend Series episode. Jeremy Sohan, well, we're not going to be trading him for a while with that broken wrist. Hopefully he's back healthy by the deadline. He should be. It's only 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, he'll be back in plenty of time. But that's kind of annoying that he's got a little wrist injury. I think we'll get to January 1st, and then we'll wrap up the episode. So we got, oh, Vega with the flu. Oh, we got a Jimmy Vega flu game against the Bulls? How poetic. How poetic. A Jimmy Vega flu game against the Bulls. They got LaMelo Ball, Caruso, Landry, Sabonis, and Abel Cume. Abel Cume. I don't know how to say his name, but that's who's on the Bulls now. Can we get a big W in the Jimmy Vega flu game? It looks like we will get a huge game. A huge blowout. 46 seconds left. 132-95. We tied the first quarter, and then we destroyed them the rest of the way out. I got to get Jimmy Vega back in there. We got to have him in for the flu game. Oh, look, we're rocking the different uniforms. That's pretty cool. LaMelo gives to Cume, and the center can shoot the 3. Okay, good to know. That big man can shoot the 3 ball. That is good to know. They have both Ball brothers. LaMelo and Lonzo out on the court at the same time. That's pretty cool. Jordan Hawkins, he's got 6 points going up against Lonzo. Give that to Copeland. Jay-Sean Copeland. I mean, I love his release, man. I know that wasn't a good shot, but I love his release. He's got such a smooth release. Kobe White's still here in Chicago. He's a lifer. Sabonis gives to Cume, and Sissoko is on him. That's not a good matchup, but he played good enough defense. And Nelson Wright with the defense. Let's go, boys. The young gun, Nelson Wright. Oh, wide open. Copeland for 3. Ah. Bad shot. I got too excited. My eyes got super wide. I got super excited about that open shot, and I missed the release. That's okay. 132-98. We beat the Bulls very handedly. And we will head to the rest of these game simulations. Can we get the job done and win a few more games? Who do the Heat have? They're 3-24. The Miami Heat are so bad. They've got they got Tatum, Jaime Jaquez, Josh Giddey, and Tatum, and they're 3 and oh my God. You see that record? They're 3-25. That's absolutely insane. And we destroyed them, 140-104. Vega's back from his flu, which is good. Let's simulate this final week here before we get to January. We lose 3 games in a row, and hip injury. Yep. Figure it out, boys. There we go. We get back on track, but a 3-game losing streak is not what you want to see. That is for sure. Playing the Rockets. Sohan's back healthy. That's good. We lose to the Rockets. Okay, we're starting to get a little off track here. We have climbed the rankings a little bit, but we're starting to get a little off track. We have the same record as the Knicks. Can we get the job done against New York? It's back and forth. Starting to pull away a little bit, though. 105-102. We're going to jump in and try to save this one. At home against New York. Who do we have on the team? We have Hawkins out at point guard. We have Harris, Copeland, Wembanyama, and Swift. You know what? I'm fine with that. I'd probably prefer to have Vega out there instead of Hawkins. And then Harris, you know what? We'll keep Harris out there. All right, Jordan Hawkins with the ball. Hawkins finds Copeland. Copeland around the basket. To the basket. Oh, my God. Poster. Jayshawn Copeland with the poster of his entire career. Oh, my God. Jayshawn Copeland just posterized this Knicks player out of his shoes. Who is this man? This man is Jab. I don't know who he is, but he's playing for the Knicks, and he got posterized. Oh, get out of here. Look at this. This is why I like Jayshawn Copeland. I mean, are you serious right now? Hold on, I hit the wrong button. Are you serious right now? Look at this dunk from Copeland. This is out of control. How cool this is. I wish the show the height thing would be a little bit easier to use. Oh, look at that. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's like, what just happened? Oh, we got to get a screen there. That's a screeny. And then we got to get one when he's going up. Got to get one when he's going up like that. Look at that. Jayshawn Copeland. What a stud. An absolute stud. 107-104. To do that with the game on the line, that takes some skill. Russell Westbrook is playing in New York now. Oh, Wemby, you didn't need to foul him like that. You're like 7 feet taller than Russell Westbrook. You didn't need to go that hard on the foul. I know Russell Westbrook is known as a giant killer, but you got to be able to block that. That's a bad free throw miss. 107-105. Copeland's wide open. Oh, that's Rico Vega right there. That's Jimmy's brother. Vega v. Vega. Well, now it's Russell Westbrook. But it could be Vega v. Vega. As Vega goes up, our Vega. And I didn't have a good release. Lawson Wade. I think he was at Mitch Lawson Wade was in that first draft class with Vega and Cruz. But Vega going to the basket. He's just too quick. He's just too quick. 109-105. 28 seconds remain. 4-point lead for the Spurs. Let's get her done, boys. Let's get her done. George will inbound. He finds Vega, the brother. Rico puts up a shot. It's good. Rico Vega. And they're going to foul Jimmy. Russell Westbrook will foul Jimmy Vega, so he will go to the line. 109-107. It's a 2-point lead. Vega can make it a 4-pointer. There's a 3. And there is the 4th. 107-111. I think that's Paul George with the ball. He's got it to Jab. Jab got posterized earlier by Copeland. Westbrook corner 3. No good, Westbrook, and they're going to foul, but that is probably the ball game right there. That is the ball game. Nelson Swift will put up some free throws. Misses the first, but really all he has to do is make one to make it a 5-point lead. And he does that. So it's 112-107. No more timeouts for the Knicks. This one is over. I'm assuming Westbrook's going to take a 3. Oh, no, he doesn't. He passes to George. George puts up a 3. No good, and that's the ball game. Spurs will beat the Knicks. That's a big one. The Knicks are a good team this year. That is a big victory. Good job, boys. And we got a legendary poster from Jayshawn Copeland. So that's a big victory against them. Lakers and Clippers. But we've got the Lakers here on December 31st. So we'll simulate that game, and that'll be the end of the episode. So we get to January, we lose that game. We are 23-12 to start Season 5. That's 2.5 games out of first place in the Western Conference. I think we're pretty good. I think we're pretty good if we go to the season stats. We've got Wembanyama leading the team in scoring with 22 points. That is better than what he's been doing his entire career, so good for Wemby to improve. Julio Cruz playing around the same. Jalen Green, his production obviously has fallen off a little bit because he's not the number one scorer anymore. Jimmy Vega playing around what he does normally. Sohan having a decent season. Not as good as he's had the previous 2 years, but still a pretty decent season. And Copeland in his rookie season, number 5 overall pick, dominating, having a good time with him. And then Eli Harris, former first overall pick, got hurt, but still playing a little bit. Team's playing pretty well. I'm liking with it. I wish we would win a few more games. We probably should have. We probably have a few more losses than we probably should, but I'm liking the way the team's looking. Next episode, we'll get through most of the season, and maybe, possibly, make that trade with Jeremy Sohan. You never know. If you guys enjoyed the episode, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.